Hello, Pokemon Professor Ryan here, and welcome to another edition of Pokemon Explained. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. This is Charmander Explained.
Charmander. A flame burns on the tip of its tail from birth. It is said that a Charmander dies if its flame ever goes out.
Charmander is a Fire-type Pokemon introduced in Generation 1. Its national dex number is 4. Charmander is an orange lizard Pokemon that is probably based off of a salamander. It stands on 2 legs and has 2 short arms. The tip of its tail is on fire. The flame represents its health, burning brightly when it's strong and dim when it's weak. The underside of its belly to the back of its tail is a cream colour. It has a round head with big blue eyes, a wide mouth, and small sharp fangs. Charmander is 60 centimeters tall, or 2 feet, and weighs 8.5 kilo. 18.7 pounds. Its Fire Red Pokedex entry reads, "From the time it is born, a flame burns on the tip of its tail. Its life would end if the flame were to go out."
Charmeleon, the flame Pokemon. It has razor-sharp claws and its tail is exceptionally strong.
At level 16, Charmander evolves into Charmeleon. Its national dex number is 5. Charmeleon looks like a deep red angry Charmander. It has longer arms, with sharp claws, narrow blue eyes, and a horn on the back of its head. Charmeleon is quite a lot taller than Charmander, standing at 1.1 meters tall, or 3 foot 7, and it weighs 19 kilo, or 41.9 pounds. Charmeleon is a really brutal Pokemon. Its Fire Red Pokedex entry reads, "It lashes about with its tail to knock down its foe. It then tears up the fallen opponent with sharp claws." Wow, pretty savage Charmeleon.
Charizard, the flame Pokemon. Charizard's powerful flame can melt absolutely anything.
Charmeleon evolves into Charizard starting at level 36. Its national dex number is 6. Charizard may look like a dragon, but it is not. Its type is actually fire flying. No longer the red colour of Charmeleon, it reverts back to an orange, similar to Charmander. It has a long neck, with 2 large wings protruding from its back. The wings are orange on the outside and green on the inside. It has 2 horns on its head, and a large flame at the tip of its tail. Charizard is 1.7 meters tall, or 5 foot 7. Looking at this height chart, you probably couldn't ride on a Charizard's back, although Ash has ridden on his Charizard many times in the anime. Then again, Ash is only a 10-year-old kid, and somehow he managed to ride on the Pelipper's back, so I wouldn't take the anime seriously. Charizard weighs 90.5 kilos, or 199 pounds. Charizard appears on the box art for Pokemon Red and Fire Red. Charizard is also a playable character in Super Smash Bros. As part of the Pokemon Trainer. In Smash for Wii U and 3DS, Charizard was his own playable character. Charizard's Pokedex entry from Emerald reads, "A Charizard flies about in search of strong opponents. It breathes intense flames that can melt any material, however it will never torch a weak foe," making it seem like quite an honourable Pokemon. In Pokemon X and Y, Charizard was given not 1 but 2 Mega Evolutions. First is Mega Charizard X, which is very different to regular Charizard. It finally is a real dragon, as its typing is Fire Dragon. Its body is black, and its underbelly is light blue. It breathes blue flames and has a lot more points on its body. Mega Charizard Y, on the other hand, is a lot more similar to Charizard. It retains Charizard's original Fire Flying type combination. It has an additional large horn on its head, pointier wings, and little flappy bits on its arms. What are those for? Is it a design thing, or do they serve a purpose? I'm not sure. Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y both have the same height of Charizard, 1.7 meters tall, or 5 foot 7. However, their weights differ, as Mega Charizard X weighs 110.5 kilo, or 243.6 pounds, and Mega Charizard Y weighs 100.5 kilo, or 221.6 pounds. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, Charizard was also given a Gigantamax form, which looks really cool with its flaming wings. It also has an unusual pattern on its knees and belly. It is Champion Leon's strongest Pokemon. For this reason, Charizard is really popular in Galar. Like all fire starters, the Charmander line has the ability Blaze. which boosts the power of fire attacks when the user's health is low. The hidden ability is Solar Power, which raises the Pokemon's special attack stat by 1.5 in sunlight, at the cost of 1/8 of the user's maximum HP at the end of every turn. Mega Charizard X has the ability Tough Claws, which boosts the power of moves that make contact by 30%. Mega Charizard Y has the ability Drought, which makes it sunny for 5 turns. Charmander and Charmeleon are both Fire-type Pokemon, making them weak to Ground, Rock, and Water, but resists Bug, Steel, Fire, Grass, Ice, and Fairy. Charizard and Mega Charizard Y are Fire Flying, which means they are 4 times weak to Rock, and also 2 times weak to Water and Electricity. However, it is completely immune to Ground-type attacks, and resists Fighting, Bug, Steel, Fire, Grass, and Fairy. Mega Charizard X is Fire and Dragon. It shares this type combination with Reshiram and Turtonator. It is weak to Ground, Rock, and Dragon, and resists Bug, Steel, Fire, Grass, and Electric. Shiny Charmander and Charmeleon are a lighter yellow colour. Meanwhile, Shiny Charizard is coloured black with red on the insides of its wings. Very cool. Shiny Mega Charizard X is a green colour, while Shiny Mega Charizard Y is more of a purple colour. Charmander has low HP and defense stats, with higher special attack and speed. Charmeleon's stats are a little better than Charmander's, still with an emphasis on special attack and speed. Charizard has a respectable base stat total of 534, with 100 speed and 109 special attack. Mega Charizard X stat spread is quite different. It is a mixed attacker, as it has 130 in both attack and special attack. It also receives a significant defense boost, going from just 78 to 111. On the other hand, Mega Charizard Y has a huge special attack stat of 159. It also has great special defense at 115. Wild Charmander live in hot mountainous areas. Being a starter Pokemon, there are not many opportunities to catch one in the main games. Here's how you can get your own Charmander. In Pokemon Red, Blue, Leaf Green, and Fire Red, Charmander is a starter Pokemon that you can choose from Professor Oak. In Yellow, it is given to you by a trainer on Route 24. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you can choose Charmander as a reward from Professor Oak after you defeat Red. In X and Y, you can choose Charmander after battling Professor Sycamore. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you can find Charmander on Route 3 using the Island Scan function on Sundays. In Pokemon Let's Go, Charmander can be caught in Routes 3, 4, and Rock Tunnel. Wild Charizards can even be caught in the skies of Kanto. In Sword and Shield, you can receive a special Charmander from Leon at his house in Postwick after becoming the champion. This Charmander is capable of Gigantamaxing once it becomes a Charizard. You can also catch Charizards in raids. In the anime, Charmander debuted in episode 11, titled Charmander the Stray Pokemon, where Ash and friends found it after it was abandoned by its trainer. Charmander did not want to leave the spot it was in, thinking that its trainer would come back for it. However, during a storm, Charmander grew ill from being out in the rain, and Ash took it to the Pokemon Center. Charmander realized its old trainer was no good, so it decided to tag along with Ash. Later, Charmander evolved into Charmeleon in episode 43, March of the Executor Squad, after defeating many Executor. However, Charmeleon was very disobedient, very different to how Charmander used to behave. Soon after, it evolved into Charizard in episode 46, in Attack of the Prehistoric Pokemon, after saving Ash from an Aerodactyl. Unfortunately, Charizard disobeyed Ash's orders all the way up until episode 105, Charizard Chills, where Charizard was frozen by an Ice Beam attack, and Ash stayed up all night caring for Charizard by rubbing his back and trying to keep Charizard warm with a fire and a blanket. In the morning, Charizard woke up fully recovered, and ever since then, Charizard has been one of Ash's most valuable Pokemon, winning Ash many of his toughest fights in the series. I believe part of the reason behind Charizard not obeying is loosely based off the mechanic in Pokemon, where traded Pokemon that are too strong for you won't obey. I know Ash didn't receive Charmander in a trade, but he wasn't the original trainer of Charmander. I think this was handled really well in the anime. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like, it really helps out. Is Charmander your favourite starter? Let me know in the comments below. There'll be more Pokemon Explained real soon, so subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and I'll explain you later.